Hey guys, welcome back to the stream and welcome back to Minecraft. And we're gonna do a bit of a chill stream today. Hey Larentel, hey Music Fairy. Hello, hello, hello. Hey Fris. Full house today, wow. Hello everyone. Everyone here right from the start. I feel so special. But yeah, we're gonna do a bit of a chill stream this time. Because I have a bit of a sore elbow. You all know what time it is. What did you do? A long story, but it basically means I have a stitch in my elbow, which was done like 3 hours ago, so yeah. It's not too bad, it's just a little painful to lean on, and it's more or less exactly where my arm rests on my desk chair, so not convenient to say the least. Hope it heals quickly. Yeah, me too. It shouldn't be too bad, so it should be fine in a couple of days. It's just a bit awkward now, but we'll see how it goes. If it becomes too painful, we'll just end the stream early, but that's why I don't want to do any, like, super cool, exciting stuff, because if I do have to end it early, it will be easier if I'm just around the base. But that's not really a big deal, because we've also found some stuff the last few streams that we still need to check out, so this is a nice opportunity to do just that. Where did I store the purple stuff? This chest? Yes. Chorus fruit, that's what they're called. Your stream is just perfect for you. Well, that's excellent timing then. I mean, it's not cool that you're not feeling energetic, but it works out this time, I guess. No, wait, my automatic system is still... Oh, no. My sorta kinda not automatic system is backlogged. Wait, let me clean that up first. I really need to start working on that furnace system at some point. And on these chests. Just on everything, basically. Let's put all this in here. What was that machine making? It was making nether bricks. Because nether bricks are what I used for the walls in the basement. And I thought I did some calculations about how much nether brick I needed, but it turns out I was way off, so I harvested about 3 times too much nether bricks, blocks, whatever. So I still have like 2 chests of netherrack? Yeah, netherrack. And then some bricks left over. But this is still to become the automatic smelter thingy-majig with the kelp farm on top, which gives me infinite XP to repair my stuff and to get levels and stuff like that. But I ran into some more issues when I was testing it, and then at some point I got a little tired of it, and then we got all the mending and stuff, and it wasn't really urgent anymore, so it's just been sitting here for quite some time now. Which I'm now paying the price for because I thought we could smelt some stuff, and yeah, now I've run into this, but oh well. So these can be put in the furnace, and these can be put in the furnace, and we'll see what we get from them. We should get some new recipes. Okay, we get sponge. I mean, that makes sense. No new recipes, though. Okay. And popped coarse fruit. Wait, did that unlock end rods? Let's get a crafting bench. Let's see if anything new pops up. Okay, we can make purple blocks from the popped coarse fruit. Okay. Yeah, end rods. Popped coarse fruit and blaze rod. Oh no, more blaze rod. Okay. But it's good to know we can make these. So we don't have to keep going back to the end every time we want some fancy neon lights. Nothing new with the sponges? No. Okay. So is it just a sponge? Like, I mean, it's wet, we cook it, it's dry, we can make it wet again? Is that just what it does? Put way too little coal in these, okay. Purple building blocks, time for a purple house? Oh no. I don't think that's gonna happen, but nice try. I already gave you guys an amethyst floor in my house. You guys built your own purple house. Looks like you're outnumbered. Well, it looks like I'm the only one holding a keyboard and a mouse in this game, so... What you gonna do about it? No, I'm not gonna build a house with this. Your supreme overlord is shining through. No, 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 no. Benevolent overlord. Semantics are important here. It's pretty though. I mean, I'm not surprised that you guys find it pretty, but I'm not a big fan. A purple room pretty, please? And no. Maybe we can... I will consider making a purple room for one of the villagers in the village we're gonna build at some point. I will give you guys that. But I'm not gonna live in it myself. I'll take it. Oh, can we grow this? We couldn't grow the normal fruit, right? Can we grow the popped version? I mean, that doesn't sound logical, but maybe it needs to go through a heat cycle before it can grow or something. Who knows? Can you eat it? I'm not sure. I'm not hungry. Try and remind me before I eat chicken. I can't plant it on the grass. Like popcorn? Yeah, maybe. But we'll have to wait until I get hungry before I can try. Did I gather endstone? I did. Okay, maybe it only grows on endstone. No, I can't plant it. Maybe it has to go outside. Wait, this one. Because we couldn't plant it in the end, so... No, I'm not allowed to plant it. Okay. So that's kind of weird, because it is like a tree that gives fruit, but we're not allowed to plant it, so can we only farm it in the end? Okay, I'm hungry now. No, I can't eat it. It's not doing anything. No popcorn. Almost done. Not done by a long shot. Okay. I'll wait for this one to finish, and then I'm gonna try to put some sponges in the water. Was the raw version edible? I'm not sure. Don't think I've tried it. Oh, it's just one tiny bit of coal short? Okay, boo. Never mind. You're not getting cooked. Not sure if that's a punishment, but... just pretend like it's a punishment that you're not getting cooked. I'll keep one raw one on me, and we'll wait until I get hungry again, and we'll try if we can eat it. Let's put a sponge in the water. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so this is not useful like a bucket. You can transport water with it, but if you want to reclaim land or something, the sponge could be pretty useful actually, because that removed a whole lot of water in one go. I mean, it flowed back pretty fast because there's so much water surrounding it, of course, but I guess if you can make like retaining walls or little dikes or whatever, then you could actually clear out a good chunk of the river pretty fast with these sponges. Interesting. Not sure I have a use case for it at the moment, but it's good to know that it's there at least. I'm curious if, or whether or not drying the sponges in the furnace gives experience, because if just cooking the water out of it actually generates experience, this could be a pretty good experience farm, although it's not automatic, of course, because you'd have to manually put sponges in the river and keep going back and forth. There was so little XP. I think that was still from when I was smelting the netherrack before. I don't think the sponges added experience to that. So they might have thought of that and were like, nope, we're not making it that easy for you to get experience. Which, fair enough. These all empty now. Yeah, so just these sponges. So one of the problems a couple of problems I had with this contraption while we're here. I set this up in a way that it detects if there's stuff in this chest, and that activates the minecart to go over the furnaces. So stuff that has to be molten or dried or whatever gets put into the furnaces. But at some point the chest was empty, but there was still stuff in the minecart, but it wouldn't go anymore because it wasn't getting a signal from the chest. So that's one thing I have to fix. So I think I'll have it read the contents of the minecart instead, so it will like activate itself, kind of, and not based on how much there is in the chest. Another problem is that it often stopped here and not there, so then I had to push it into place to be activated again, which is not useful for an automatic system. Then I ran into some problems up here, which I think I can fix by just changing how the chest like enters this system, because right now it's got launched up here and then sort of just rolls along until it hits this wall and then gets sent back. But its speed was changing during its travels atop of the hoppers, which meant that some hoppers got more items than others, which is not great. So I'd have to figure out a way where I am 100% sure it has the same speed throughout the entire, or at least the same speed when it's traveling over the hoppers. So I guess the track will have to be longer before and after the hopper, so I can be completely sure there is an even spacing between activated rails that speed the minecart up. And then one final problem, and that might be one of the hardest and most annoying ones, although now that I'm looking at it, it could actually be quite easy to fix. But these hoppers are for the fuel. So this minecart would be filled with fuel and going back and forth to give the furnaces fuel, which had the same problem of the minecart not moving at a consistent speed. So not all furnaces got the same amount of fuel, which is, again, not great. But even more annoyingly, this minecart, because it has a hopper, was actually pulling items from this minecart when they were traveling side by side along these rails. And I wasn't expecting it to be able to pick up from like a diagonal. So at one point I was like, why aren't these furnaces working? Why don't they have fuel? There's fuel in the minecart. And then the minecart was filled with netherrack because it was pulling netherrack from the other minecart. But the furnace wouldn't accept it because netherrack is not fuel. So this minecart was just full of netherrack and no fuel. But that I might actually be solvable with a chest minecart rather than a hopper minecart. But then I have to think of a new way to fill it. But I guess I could just put a hopper above the minecart with a chest. Minecart no stealing. Maybe I need to put on some signs. Or hire a little girl to just shout at the minecart. But yeah, so those are some issues I have to work out before this system becomes like actually operational, I guess. Because this part works pretty consistently, so I'm kind of happy about this, but this is not okay. And then we still have to put this on top, of course, with all the kelp growing, so it actually gets something it can turn into fuel. I can just picture a little villager girl going "Arr" at the cart. It's a shame they don't have a distinction between male and female villagers, so it will just be a baby villager for like 2 Minecraft days, and then it will be an adult villager going "Huh?" at the minecart. So I'm not sure how effective it will actually be, but I didn't follow much of that, sorry. That's okay. I wasn't actually expecting you guys to like give usable input on my redstone problems. Thank God. But it usually helps me get my thoughts straight to just talk to someone about something, and then it helps me to figure out a solution. You expect so little of us, but you are also right. I mean, it's not that I don't expect, or it's not that I like underestimate you. It's more like I estimate you guys. Like, only one of you actually plays Minecraft, and I know Larentel is not a fan of redstone. So it would be weird if I would actually expect you guys to give sensible input on Minecraft redstone if you don't have any experience with it, right? And yeah, rubber ducking, what's that? Is that basically what I just said? That I just talk about something not expecting a response, but because talking about it helps me get my thoughts straight? Finally, someone who knows what that means. Cannot be bothered with redstone. We spoke about it. We did? When? And I'm sorry? A few weeks ago? That's too long ago. That's gone from my memory. Hello, guys. It's a programmer thing. When you find a bug in your code and you can't figure it out, you take out a rubber duck and explain the problem so you can figure it out. Ah. That makes sense. I mean, it is... I didn't know, or I guess I knew a few weeks ago that that's a thing. But it is basically what I do most of the time. If I have like a complicated problem that I don't know the solution to, I just call someone and I talk about it. And usually by the time they want to give me an answer, I'll have worked it out by myself. You did know, thank you very much. Yes, I knew all about rubber ducking. It's a great approach to solve your problems. And I knew about it very, very well. And I remembered it from our conversations that we had in the past where we talked about the thing. And I memorized that you explained it to me. So there you have it. Rubber ducking. Love all the monologues you have had with me. Hey, it works. What was I doing? Oh right. I came by the villagers because one thing. Oh wait, we can try to eat this. Oh, we can eat this. Oh wait, no, we did eat this in the end. It teleports us around. That's right. I remember that. We did test this. It's just like the rubber ducking. It I remember it very well. We tested this thoroughly, and I just now demonstrated it for my audience because I figured you guys would like a reminder. And I thought it would work better if I showed it to you rather than explained it to you. So there you go. So we don't need to have any talks about my memory. My memory is fine. Thank you very much. Right. So villagers, hello. Oh, benevolent overlord. You're happy to be my rubber duck? Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys, your guys' willingness to be rubber duckies. Villagers. We don't need to talk about my memory. Right, villagers. Because of the golems, I still want to try and figure out why and how the golems spawn. For completely benevolent researcher purposes and no nefarious intentions at all. So I'm gonna pick up some blocks and we're gonna do some testing. Don't worry about it. You make a very convincing case for yourself. Well, thank you. I try. What hellscape are you gonna build now? I'm not gonna build any hellscape at all. And I don't like what you're implying. I need... How much planks do I need? I'm not sure. Let's just make a bunch of planks. And I need minecarts. Yes, thank you. Let's bring some rails. And trapdoors. To him, it's paradise. I'm not sure if that's actually true. And also, it doesn't matter what I think of it. This is all for the benefit of the villagers. I may be called Overlord, but I'm actually just a humble servant. It just so happens that I have the power to change things for them for the better. So I'll use that power because I am benevolent like that. So as long as they're happy, I'm happy. That's the takeaway message from this. I feel like your guys are not really convinced by that, but I'm not sure why. Wait, what did I do? Okay, I can't count. At least you read all the right manuals. Wait, what manuals do you mean? Do you mean Overlording 101? Because I actually wrote that. And does it need to be 3 high? Yeah, it might need to be... wait, how tall are you guys? Maybe 3 high is better just for safety. I don't want them hitting their heads. I'm not gonna put bats in here, but... So they should fit with just 2 high, but that's a little cramped. And cramped is not benevolent. I am gonna put like, I don't know, 8 of them in here, so it might still be cramped, but oh well. Can I? Oh, no. I want to, yes. Oh, we're still crouching. I didn't notice because of the sneak speed boost. Wait, what was it called? Swift sneak. Do I have torches with me? No, but I do have an ender chest. Huzzah. I'm so happy with the ender chest. And we'll put some trapdoors over here, so they shouldn't be able to get out. Okay, so what I want to try after we've slept, I'm gonna separate a bunch of the villagers. So we can do a sort of controlled experiment with the spawning. Because I know the golems started spawning when I had, or when I started breeding villagers. So this is gonna be, I guess, process of elimination type thing, because we know golems spawn here because there's one right here. So apparently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 villagers that have bats in a house will make golems. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take out, I think, let's go extreme. Let's go, wait, what's smart? I want to change as little variables as possible. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take out like 7 villagers, only leave 2 of them. And put those 7 in this little cube house. And then we'll see if the 2 villagers that remain over here will still make golems. We have to get rid of this golem somehow. So then we can see if it's about the number of villagers that is in here. And after that, we can test if they need beds, for example. So we could take out, or we could put back 9 villagers, but take away their beds and see if they make golems. We could take out the windows, see if that matters. Maybe they need daylight to make golems. So we could just close this entire building. Actually, if they start spawning golems when they're in here, we will know they don't need beds and they don't need windows. So I guess it's like a double experiment in that way. Well, we'll start with building it and then we'll see how it goes, because I can think of a bunch of stuff that might or might not work, but if we don't test it, we'll never know. So it's like Minecraft math. Oh no, why do you have to ruin it for me? Why do you have to use evil words? That's not very nice. Now I almost don't want to do it anymore, just because you called it math. Make way, make way. No. Okay. Make way. Guys, thank you. No, no, don't push him to the side. Yeah. Oh no, you ruined it. Get on there. Yes, thank you. That's one. Good job, Pris. No, 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 no. That's not a good job. We have to do proper experimentation. It's for their own welfare. Didn't think it'd be so easy to stop our benevolent overlord. I mean, everyone has a weakness, right? My guy, can you please hit that little bit of rail? You just found our benevolent overlord's kryptonite. It's a math. Oh no. My one weakness. The numbers. Don't use the numbers. I think I heard a squid dying somewhere. Yep. No! Ugh. You guys... Do you see why they need a benevolent overlord? These guys are not self-sufficient. They're not able to do self-management. They don't know what's good for them. They're like worker ants. They can survive for a while without a queen, but at some point they just start dying because they are not given orders and they don't know what to do to benefit the colony. Can I? Thank you. Not sure I was trying to use the pickaxe, but oh well. No, don't stand on the... Ugh. I need to make like an airlock or something to keep them away from the entrance of the building. Ugh. Hmm. 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 Trying to communicate with them, but it's not working. What do you guys think of another entrance over here? How does that feel? Ah, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, look at that view. Ooh. It's much better to hang out there. Yeah. Let's hang out at this entrance. What a great idea. Does this make you their queen? No, I'm the benevolent overlord. I thought we've been through this. Just leveled up from princess. I feel like you guys are taking away the wrong message from this analogy, but I was gonna say yes, queen, but never mind then. Slay. No, 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 don't go backwards. I'll keep Dark out of this. Dark has enough issues of his own without getting caught up in stuff like this. They've just dealt with some ants. I don't think he'll appreciate being put in another ant analogy. Okay, so now there's only 2 left here, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Wait, let's put this away. Let's wait for a second until we can see... Or actually... we need to get rid of the golem somehow, so I'm gonna... I'm not gonna kill it. But I have a feeling like it might have a little accident. I mean, it's just so dangerous out here, you know? This stuff happens, workplace accident, it's hard. There's not much regulations for iron golems. It's tough. What can you do about it, you know? I mean, I try my best to give these guys a good home, but stuff happens. There's a volcano over there that's about to burst. There's just lava coming up from all over the place. It's just hard. I don't know about that plausible deniability now. I mean, the villagers are asleep. There's no witnesses. I mean, not that there's any reason for there to be a need for witnesses. Wow, I really tangled myself up in that sentence. Oh no, poor golem. Oh, what happened here, guys? Did anyone see what happened? No, you were all asleep? Oh no. How inconvenient. Oh, poor thing. I guess we'll never know what... Did you guys hear anything? No? Oh. Oh well. I guess we'll just have to keep working on workplace safety. As long as they're happy, he said. Let me put this dude on fire, he said. Well, first, I never said I'm gonna put this dude on fire, so I don't know where... Wait, golem spawned. But he spawned over there, and not over here. Oh my god, okay. Well, that's our first result, I guess. And secondly, I care about the happiness of the villagers. I never said anything about the happiness of the golems, so... Okay. Wow. Nice dance. You want to become a ballerina? I mean, go for it. Chase your dreams. I'm not gonna stop you. It might be hard to put in a tutu, but we'll see if we can make it work. Anyway. Okay, so these guys spawned a golem, and those guys didn't. So I guess our first result is... there needs to be a minimum number of villagers, and it doesn't really matter where they are? As long as they're close together, I guess. I assume they'd have to be able to talk with each other, because these guys... Actually, this is sort of another control. These guys are not spawning golems. And they all have beds. So I guess... the things that could contribute to this are they don't have a roof. I mean, the center two do have a roof over their heads, but the 4 farmers on the outside don't. So maybe there needs to be like more than 2 villagers, and they need to have a roof over their head. The other thing is that from these 6 farmers, only the 2 in the middle can actually interact with each other. And those 7 can all interact with each other. So that could be a contributing factor. So we need a minimum number of villagers. We need, I'm guessing, them to be able to interact with each other, and they might need a roof over their heads. And that will make them spawn golems. The only other thing I'm wondering is, when I had the villagers in their little hut over here, like months ago, they were sort of continuously spawning golems. Like I had 20 golems roaming around the farm, and now I usually only have 1, maybe 2 golems. I'm trying to think about what was different in that situation, that I had so much more golems roaming around than I have now. You did say it now. Those are some proper bad cop tactics. You wrote some manuals of your own? Oh no. Now, are you gonna be the bane of my existence? You have to play a game yourself. Okay, have fun, enjoy. Have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you next time. Arr. So the only thing I can think of really what was different with the previous setup was that I had them more enclosed, I think. Like they were less able to see the outside. So maybe they only spawn golems if they think there are no golems to protect them. So maybe the system is like there's a bunch of villagers, they want to feel safe, so they spawn a golem. And as long as they see a golem wandering around, they are protected, so they are fine. But then when they don't see golems anymore, they spawn new ones because they don't feel safe. So now they can't look outside anymore. There's still 7 of them. They don't have beds, but oh well, that doesn't seem to matter. But they can't look outside, so they won't see this golem. So now they should spawn more golems? Question mark? It also has to do with the amount of villagers there are. Yeah, but in the previous setup, I had less villagers. Because that little hut was smaller, so I only had like 5 or 6 beds in there. So there were never more than 6 villagers in there. But the entire farm was filled with golems that were just roaming around everywhere. So if it was just more villagers is more golems, I would have seen more golems already because there were more than 10 villagers in here at some points. I also don't know if they only spawn at like certain times. Maybe they only spawn golems at night or in the morning or in the afternoon. In my village, they kept spawning more golems, and I assumed it was because the village grew. Yeah, I mean, it could have something to do with it. Maybe it helps, because those two are not spawning golems, so there needs to be at least a minimum number of villagers. But I don't think it's just the more villagers you have, the more golems there will be. Because I have found villages with plenty of villagers with only 1 or 2 golems roaming around, so if they would just keep spawning golems because there's a lot of villagers, then every village would be filled with golems. It could also be if there's like if the criteria is there needs to be like at least, I don't know, 4 villagers who can interact with each other at noon when they don't see another golem or something, and then they spawn a golem, then the more villagers you have walking around, the greater the chance that all those criteria will be met and they will spawn one. So that could also lead to more golems when you have more villagers. I'm actually gonna get some bread and get these two to make some new villagers, and then we can do sort of a double test. We can try and figure out what the minimum number is before they start spawning golems, because 2 is obviously too little. Oh, I don't have a lot of bread. Okay. I'll sleep first because they won't take my bread now anyway when they are going to sleep. Okay, so it looks like they didn't spawn a new golem, so maybe they can still see it, or maybe I'm wrong about the criteria and this is not working at all. Maybe they can hear it. Okay, you guys. Oh wait, I changed my drop key. I keep forgetting. Make some bebes. I'm actually gonna try and... I need some fences. I'm gonna see if I can get that golem away from the building with the villagers to see if it matters how close the golem is to the villagers. Still only one golem? Yes, one golem, okay. And we'll... Where do I... Did you guys make... bibis? No? Maybe I need more bread. We'll give them a bit more time to spawn a golem, because we don't know if it's... if there's like a time constraint. Because if they only spawn them at a certain time of day, then it won't work anyway. Oh no, did you stop again? I need to improve this system as well, because they... yeah. I think because I did this triggers with this system, so the minecart comes back, it gets detected by this rail, which sends a delayed signal here so that it will travel off again. But I think if I move away just at the moment when it passes the sensor, then this gets unloaded and they won't receive the signal to leave again, so they get stuck. So this farm has probably not been working for most of my previous streams. What was I gonna do? Make bread. Can I do that in my inventory? No. Rip, yeah. It's annoying, but it's not a big enough concern that I actually feel a lot of motivation to fix it. Because when I started that farm, I thought I needed huge amounts of wheat to get bread, to get more villagers, but now I pretty much have all the villagers I need, so... I still want to fix it at some point, if only as... Wrong key again. As an exercise in redstone, but... There's no rush. The furnace in the basement is more important. It's a future challenge, exactly. Okay, they are getting hearts. More hearts. Hey, baby. Cool. I also need to put my arm in a slightly different position somehow. Let's see how this works. There's still a trapdoor over here, which kinda annoys me, but I won't be able to get to it unless I... Oh, it just despawned. Okay, perfect timing. Okay, so you guys can't see the golem. I'm assuming they won't be able to look through these little gaps, so unless they can hear this golem, they should not know it's here, I think. But these guys have windows, so they can see it when they... And also a giant hole in the front door. So that's another variable we're testing, I guess. If being able to see the golem matters. So if they don't spawn a golem today, then it's not about being able to see the golem, but about, I don't know, being able to hear it, or they just have some sort of proximity sensor or something. Elbow doing okay? Yeah, kind of. It's just getting a bit irritated because I was leaning on it too much, so I have to reposition a bit. There is a stitch in there. I've never had stitches before. I don't know how easy it is to ruin those by applying the wrong pressure or something. It's also, I mean, it's only one stitch. It's a very small wound, so I'm guessing it will be hard to rip that out just by leaning on it too much, but... Oh, I really need to start working on the barn and the meadow, because I like all the different animals, but it's hard to see them now when they're all put together. The only Stitch I know is the one with Lilo, and he's pretty much indestructible. Well, then I'm fine, I guess. Okay, so while we're waiting for the golem, let's talk barn. So I was thinking, I made the garden go here, but I think I will pull that back to the corner of the house and actually put the barn against the side of the house. And maybe we can even have a door on the inside so we can access the barn from the farm. That feels like a sensible thing to do. So you don't have to go outside when you want to care for your animals. But I'm not sure about the size of the barn. Because now I'm looking at all these animals. If I want to build a barn that actually comfortably houses all the animals, that might be a bit hard to put against the side of the house. Maybe that's not a really sensible thing to do. Unless we do it like... Because I was thinking the barn would be, I don't know how to say it, like sideways. So the back of the barn would be against the side of the house. But then we won't have much room. But I guess we could do it like the side of the barn is against the side of the house. So it will look more like an extension of the house. Because then we can put in more, I guess, compartments or like stables or whatever you'd call them, like pens, I guess, for the different animals. And then we could have the meadows on either side. So we would have the barn extend from the farmhouse up until, I don't know, here or something. And we'll make it probably as high as the roof, I think. So then we have room for a hayloft and stuff like that. And then on the ground floor we'll have the animals. We can dig this out a bit so we will have more floor space. Raise this up so it's all this level. And then you descend into the barn with a little bit of stairs. And you'll have animal pens on either side. And then on the back will be large barn doors, I guess, which will lead to the meadow, and every animal pen will have a little, almost like a dog door or a cat door, where they can walk outside. And then we can compartmentalize the meadows as well, so we don't have all the animals bunched up like this, so we can actually see the chickens and the pigs through the forest of cows and sheep. And then we could do like little food and water troughs and some hay on the floor. And we'll just branch off this fence and wrap around to create the meadows, and then it can wrap around this way and connect up somewhere over here. We might have to remove the melon and pumpkin patch. But I did put that in sort of temporarily because it just looked a bit empty on this side with all the crops over here and just plain grass on this side. So I wouldn't be too mad if I had to move that somewhere else to make space for the barn and the meadow. And we have to move these villagers, of course, but that was always the intention, so... Sounds great. Okay, cool. I mean, don't get your hopes up. I'm not saying this will be finished anytime soon, but at least there is sort of a plan now. Which is better than before. You're here for the long run? Okay, good. You're gonna need it if you want to see any results, I think. Case in point. This mountain and this landscape. Okay, why are you guys not spawning any golems anymore? Because this guy is miles away now. He's all the way over here. Right, actually, let's keep him over here. Let's see if it's a proximity thing. I know this looks ugly, but bear with me for now. And we'll put one over here as well. Okay, so now he should stay on that side of the fence, I guess. Unless he decides to go for a swim. So if everything works like I think it will, then these guys, when these grow up, they are with 5 villagers. So unless 6 or 7 is the exact cutoff point, then these guys... Oh no, they will still not spawn golems because they can look out their windows and see the golem walking around. So if my theory checks out, then these guys should not spawn golems, but these guys should start spawning golems again because that guy is far away. But I feel like they should have already started spawning golems because, yeah, like I said, when I had the little house over there, they had some windows, but there was only like 5 or 6 of them, but they were cranking out golems like crazy. So I was kind of expecting that it was just a line of sight thing, that when one golem like wandered around the side of the building or behind the big farm I had near them, they didn't see one and they would spawn a new one. Maybe they do need windows, but they just can't see a golem through the window or something like that. Like the game wants you to pretend that they would be able to see the golem, but there just can't be a golem present. Or maybe they do need bats and the first golem that spawned here was just kind of a fluke because they slept in a bed the previous night. Because that's the other difference, right? These guys don't have beds and they do. These guys also have paths. I'm not sure if that matters, but every village spawns with paths. So maybe we just need to make them feel like they are in a village. Like a village that was spawned by Minecraft. So if we give them some paths. And a bed or two, maybe they will feel like they are in a village. Do I have beds in storage? I don't think so. We'll just make some new ones. So many variables, yeah. Wait, I'm not gonna make 10 beds. No way. Let's make 4. And the only thing is, I don't think I would have even thought of trying this or like figuring this out if there wouldn't have been like 50 golems roaming around my farm when I had the first little okay, he did go for a swim in the first little villager hut. Because seeing that gave me the idea that it should be possible to spawn a lot of golems. Which could be useful to get a bunch of iron, because they actually drop iron ingots when they die. If I hadn't seen that happening, I wouldn't even be trying this, but I have seen it. So I know there is a way to create a system, because I had the little house like somewhere over here. And the nether portal was next to it with a wall, so they couldn't see through that wall. And on the other side was... I think it was my first kelp farm on the other side, or... Oh no, the automatic lava chicken cooker was on the other side. So they had windows in their building, but they couldn't actually see out of the building because there were walls on either side and there were just golems everywhere. Could it be the proximity of danger, the portal? Oh, Like, they have to feel threatened to spawn protectors? I mean, that kind of makes sense. But at the same time, they were spawning golems when they were in here, and there was no danger here, so... But maybe the danger works as... because in villagers there's usually not as much light as in your place, so then there would be zombies and stuff. Yes and no. It's true there's usually not much light, but also when you first approach a village, there won't be any zombies there because they won't start spawning unless you are in the vicinity when it's dark. But maybe the villages, when they spawn for the first time, maybe they spawn with golems and then additional golems get spawned when stuff happens. But yeah, these guys were spawning golems, just not a lot. But maybe the danger works as sort of catalyst, like they will spawn golems when the circumstances are right, but they will spawn way more golems when the circumstances are right and there's danger. Because I also... Oh, I also had zombies near the villagers. Because I had captured those villager zombies and I was saving them. That sounds weird. I was keeping them around for a time when I would be able to cure them. So they were in a little hut like right behind the villagers. So they had the portal to one side, the automatic chicken cooker to the other side, and at the back there were like zombies in a little shed. Like that theory. So put a zombie in a boat next to the villagers. Yeah, that might be a solution actually. So let's see if we can catch a zombie, I guess. Problem is I have lit up my base for miles and miles, so... We're also gonna need like... Wait, I'm gonna make a little sort of lean-to, because the zombie can't be exposed to daylight. Like, that should be enough shade. I think it only matters if there's like a block right above their head, because Minecraft is weird with how lighting works and stuff like that. Let's put down a boat over here and remove this torch. Okay, let's see if something wants to spawn. Skeleton, don't want you. Minecraft math experiment number 34,234. I'm not sure if we've done that many experiments already, but... Cue creepy music? This is not creepy music. This is calm, relaxing music. Spider? Nope. Creeper? Definitely not. Sounded creepy when it started. Oh, hello, trader. Oh my... Just 3 creepers at once. That's dangerous. Also, what are you doing, trader? Don't approach them, and don't stand in the line of fire, please. Put down my crochet thing and now I lost count. Oh no. That's not good. Wait, what? Why is... What? What the hell? Did you see that? The arrows were just bouncing off of his head. What was happening? Like there was an invisible block in front of me. It wasn't a traitor. I was afraid of that for 1 second, but... So now you have to count back all of your stitches. Are they called stitches with crocheting? Trader has no fear. Yay, zombie. Never thought I'd say that. No, don't spit at my zombie. No, no. Bad llama. No clue, but I honestly think I'm just gonna wing this bit. Oh no. That sounds dangerous. Oh crap. I did not think that through. I need to take off my armor. Yeah, I need to take off all my armor. No, actually, let's keep it on. Let's take it off when we have a zombie. My armor has thorns on it, so when stuff hits me, it hits them back for a portion of the damage. But yeah, that zombie just killed itself by hitting me when I was pulling the boat. Oh, they spawned a kitten. Or a cat. Whatever. So I guess that means this is considered a village now, at least for the cats. So I guess we've established that you need walls, beds, and paths to be a village. Not dark enough? Or am I just impatient? I mean, I am impatient, but am I too impatient? Creature of the night. Yeah, skeletons. Oh, zombie. Can you spawn for me? That's a creeper. Oops. The only other thing I'm thinking of, I'm just going through what a village looks like in my head. I'm just trying to figure out what other variables we are missing. The only thing we are missing in these buildings that are present in the village are doors. And I guess workstations. But I didn't have workstations in the little villager thingy before. But I did have doors because the nether portal actually had doors in the wall. So, yay, zombie. Hello. Please enter this boat. Thank you. Now I will take off my armor so you don't kill yourself. And I'll repair my tools with the experience that's lying around here. That was all, okay. And we'll put back the torches. I'm guessing somewhere over there should be fine. And now we need to hurry up a bit actually because it's almost daytime. Can I get some tea? Ah, that's a smart move. It's very important to have your tea. Oh crap, how am I gonna get him underneath here? I can't pull him along. Oh no, I didn't think about this. Can I pull you sort of dodgily? Yeah, that should work. You are covered. I'm just gonna put some more above you just in case, because I don't want to risk it. Okay, so now you have danger nearby. Maybe they need to be able to see that as well. So where was it? Over here. So now you have a little window. Oh yeah, he was scared. Okay. Oh, whoops. Resident zombie acquired. Yeah, they are definitely scared because they ran out of the building the second I opened that trapdoor. Run for your life. How am I gonna get this guy? Oh, where are you going? Wait, let's just try and fence him in before he escapes. Ah, crap. Range villager. Okay, never mind. This is too much effort. He can just roam around. That's fine. I'll get a boat at some point to catch him again. If he hasn't died before then. Earned his freedom. Okay, golem spawned. I mean, it's an awkward place for it to spawn, but... Okay, the only question is... We changed so many variables. Which one did it? Because we added beds, we added paths, and we added the zombie. Oh no, don't kill the zombie, please. Okay, he can't reach it. But he is gonna look at it ominously for the rest of his life. Okay, let's... Does this help? Not very scientific savvy. No, I know, I got excited and then I started changing too much. It's fine. We'll figure it out. The death stare. It's a good thing these golems don't shoot lasers out of their eyes, because that zombie would have been gone already. Okay, so what I am gonna do, and I know it's not scientific, but it's not scientific anymore anyway. I am gonna grab a couple of doors. Because I think that's more or less the only thing we are lacking to make the villagers feel like they are in a village. So that might increase the golem spawn rate even more? Question mark? Should have gone out the other door, but oh well. So if we just put like a couple of doors in random places, somewhere they can see the doors, maybe that helps. Because in the previous setup, the doors were near the nether portal, so they couldn't actually see the doors, but maybe the doors are just a proximity thing. I mean, the zombie was definitely a line of sight thing, not a proximity thing. Which makes me believe that the previous setup didn't actually benefit from the zombies because they couldn't see those zombies. Which means that we still don't know why they were spawning so many golems. So it could be the doors, because the doors are something that were in the previous setup and that were not in this setup. So maybe a bunch of villagers with paths and beds and doors and a zombie will spawn a lot of golems. I'm gonna re-apply a variable. I am gonna make it so they can't look outside. They can look at the zombie, but they can't actually look outside. And I know they won't be able to see the doors, but they couldn't see the doors in the previous setup either. So if the doors are something that affects golem spawning, then it's not a line of sight thing. But this way we can actually compare the two of them again, because these guys can see the golem walking around and these guys can't. But these guys can't see the zombie, so I guess there's still several variables we are trying to figure out. Welcome back, Pris. What type of tea did you get? Yeah, you missed a freedom fighter breaking free. There's a villager on the loose. I don't know. He's all the way over there already. He's making a run for it. Hi. You won't escape me. I can catch you if I want to. But I don't want to, for now. So make the most of your time here. Just saying. Ominous. I'm glad that got across. I really love the rockets and the elytra. It's a really great way to get around. I'm glad I found those. Okay, so will there be more golems now? Because now we have them in what should be a village for all intents and purposes. And they are scared from the zombie. And there's like 7 of them. And then we can compare with these guys. Because when you grow up there... Oh, there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's also 7 of you. Okay, cool. So there's 7 in both of these huts. Both have beds and paths. But these guys can see the golems walking around. And these guys can't. And they have doors and these guys don't. And they have a zombie and these guys don't. So I'm guessing we're still like cross-referencing 3 or 4 variables. But oh well. I also have to try and keep an eye out on the positions of the golems so I don't miss if a new one spawns. So this one is still in the water. And that one is just walking around here. The only thing I'm afraid of is that it's not like line of sight on a golem, but oh wait, they spawned a golem. Okay, so we don't need a zombie to be present. We just need a bunch of villagers, and we also don't need doors, apparently. Unless they can use these doors. The only thing I'm wondering is, were you guys able to see that golem when you spawned this golem? Because there's no windows on that side, and that golem was walking around over there. So the question still remains, is it line of sight to a golem, or is it proximity of a golem? I feel like we need a cross-reference table or something. What we can actually test, just for the line of sight versus proximity thing, this one won't be able to make it out of here because this is too small. So if we do this, we can test the line of sight thing. Actually, I'm just gonna remove all the windows from these guys. Because I'm not sure if they can see a golem just walking past. Okay, so then we are actually testing one variable, so that's good. Okay, I can't actually get over these fences. That's another color. That's gonna annoy me later, but oh, no, it's not. It's the same color. Wait, what? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so these guys can't see outside anymore. So if it's a line of sight thing, they should just start spawning new golems over here. If it's a proximity thing, then this golem will prevent them from spawning new golems. So this setup is now to check if they need line of sight on a golem before they decide if they need to spawn a new golem. This setup, I'm not sure anymore what we're testing over here. We're testing everything. So just the paths then? Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I changed too much at once. But I think if we can figure out this one with the line of sight versus proximity, then we can start tweaking this one again and start excluding variables. I'm also kind of regretting that I built them so close to each other, because now it's hard to tell if they... how do I put this? If the game considers these two groups of villagers to be one village. Because if that's the case, then these guys can use, in quotation marks, these doors. So if I change stuff over here, it will also change stuff over here, considering the spawning criteria for the golems. So I might at some point have to move these guys like way across the river or something. I'm gonna sleep for a bit because I don't think they will do anything at night. Because most of them have beds now, so they should be sleeping. I'm not sure why I keep walking everywhere when I can fly, but oh well. Just out of habit, I guess. Wait, can you actually see this golem when you're... Sometimes they stand on top of the bed, so maybe just to be safe... Wait, I don't have planks anymore? No, I do have planks. Wait, is this a different material? No. Why wasn't the game selecting it? Oh well. Normally when you press scroll wheel, it works as like the what's it called? The dropper tool in design software. So you select the thing you're aiming at if it's in your inventory. So I have fences in my inventory. So if I look at this fence and press middle button, then I grab fences. But for some reason it wasn't working. Oh, it's not working for these blocks. Why not? Oh, it's working for these. Oh, I think I built these from slabs. So I guess the game considers this two connected slabs and not one block. So that's why it's not selecting it. Okay, fair enough. Because for the trapdoors, yeah, it works. And for the rails, it works. Yeah, okay. So I'm guessing I built those out of slabs. Learned something. Wasn't even part of the experiment. Okay, so I think we will finish this Minecraft day and see if they spawn any new golems or not, and then I'm gonna end it, which is a bit shorter than usual, but my elbow is actually getting kinda annoyed, so I'm having a hard time figuring out how to sit while still being able to use my keyboard. It's also my left, I mean my right elbow. In situations like this, I could rest my right elbow by just not using the mouse, but it's hard to not use your left arm if you want to get around in the game. Sounds like a good plan. Well, thank you. I do sometimes have those. You still on the river over here? Ah, you are. Okay. So we still have 3 in total. It could also be a time of day thing because the problem is, or the problem is, it's not exactly a problem, but now I'm like really intently focusing on this, like keeping real close eye to whether or not golems are spawning, while in the previous situation I was just building my house, doing my thing, and then I would sometimes just notice when I was walking around like, oh wait, there's actually like 10 golems around. That's weird. But I wasn't like paying attention to when more golems appeared, so it could also be that it just happens more slowly than I think, and they just build up over time if they don't get killed by zombies or whatever. So I guess I'm saying is maybe I'm expecting too much from this. Like I'm expecting too many golems to spawn in a short time when actually it just takes a while. Like maybe the villagers only decide if they want to spawn a golem once every 3 Minecraft days or something, and then I'm just changing variables way too fast because they wouldn't have even considered spawning a new golem yet. If you get what I'm saying. Basically, the summary is I might be too impatient. I mean, what I could try... I could try setting up, like... something for another stream. You might notice some things in the meantime that give some new ideas too. Yeah, and what I was just thinking, I could try and set up, like... more of a sort of controlled experimental area. Like just build 4 or 5 of these little huts with a couple of villagers in them and a fence around them to have like a sort of controlled environment, and then build every hut slightly differently so we can actually check those variables that we've been changing around now. And then I can just check up on them every once in a while. Like, go visit them every morning and every evening or something, and then just see how many golems there are. But that's also getting maybe a bit sort of overkill scientific about it. I'm almost tempted to start setting up an Excel sheet and make like a control and different experimental treatments and note down my findings. I was gonna suggest something like that earlier. Well, if we're both considering it, it can't be a bad idea, right? So maybe I'll have to work on that. I mean, I do have a big open space around here, so as long as I'm not actively building a landscape over here, I might as well set up a villager golem spawning experimentation area, I guess. And I could also space them apart quite a bit so they hopefully don't use each other's like blocks and resources and stuff like that. So that Minecraft thinks they are separate entities, I guess. Not like either of us ever tends to go a bit overboard with things like this. No, exactly. So that's fine. It's a great idea. The golems in here, by the way, they didn't spawn here. They are still leftovers. You can see how cracked this one is, actually. They are still leftovers from all the golems that were spawning all the way over there. Some of them just roamed around and they ended up inside of these things, and I'm having a hard time getting them out. So they are just sort of guards now, I guess. Guards without a job because no mobs ever spawn here. Which might actually be the best job ever, being a guard where there's never anything to guard against. Although it might get a bit boring, but it won't be hard work. Guards for the prisoners, of course. Might get a bit existential. Okay, but I didn't spawn anything today, so either they have a proximity sensor and not a line of sight sensor, or what I said earlier, I'm too impatient and they don't spawn a golem every day. But yeah, I guess that will do it for today. So I will see about setting up an experimental area in the future. But that also... Oh no, creepers. Oh crap, I didn't put a torch on the roof. Oh wait, let's sleep real quickly and then put some torches up there, because I'm gonna forget about that before next time, and then I will blow up half my base. So let's fix this real quick before stuff goes wrong. Oh no. Okay, that went better than expected. Can I land on top of this roof? It's actually kind of hard to control where you're going. Okay, we did it. I was like, oh no, a zombie, but yeah, of course, I put him over there. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, so I will see if I have the time and energy to set up that experimental area between streams, and otherwise we can work on that next stream. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that will be it from me for today. I see we have still gone for 2 hours, so I guess it wasn't really that much shorter than normal, but that's good, I guess. I was scared for a second they would blow up in your face when you got so close. Yeah, me too. I wasn't actually planning on land that close, but I had more speed than I thought. I'm just happy my bow is able to one-hit kill them, because that could have been really bad. But it worked out, so we're all good. You're welcome. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will hopefully see you guys again soon. Maybe with God of War, maybe Baldur's Gate. We'll see how it goes. I'm not entirely sure if I will be able to make it Friday, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. And for now, have a good night, sleep well, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.